Hello everyone, this is Vietnamese news from Vietnam. Foreign tourists disappointed by unclear reopening policies. Many foreign travelers have expressed worries in the absence of official entry regulation a day before full tourism reopening in Vietnam. I'm extremely disappointed that the Vietnamese government has no policy in place regarding visas and entry requirement at this late stage, with 1 day to go before full tourism reopening. Ken Raptor from Sydney told Vienna Press International. Raptor said he had already booked flights, accommodation and tours in Vietnam in November 2021 as he planned to visit with his wife, daughter, son-in-law and two grandchildren from March 31st. His family is scheduled to visit popular tourist destinations like Ho Chi Minh City, Đà Nẵng, Hội An, Hà Nội, and Ninh Bình during this trip. Raptor said he visited Vietnam 3 times before, with the last occasion being in March 2020. However, he arrived in Vietnam on March 13th, but had to leave after only 3 days because of COVID. Vietnam suspended all international flights and closed inbound tourism in March 2020 to contain the threat of pandemic. Through Raptor was keen on returning to Vietnam this month. He was confused that there has been no official information on his policy and entry rules so far. I heard Terry came from 3 days quarantine up from arrival in Vietnam to 1 night quarantine, also no quarantine. It appears that the Health and Tourism Ministry are at odds regarding what policy to employ, he added. Ivana Katrikora Palacios from Philippines also felt disappointed as it's only a day before the reopening and Vietnam has no concrete, no clear tourism reopening plans. Foreigners will be hesitant to come to a country that changes its policy all the time. It's time for Vietnam to issue travel policy that will be easier for all of us to follow, she said. Palacios planned to visit Vietnam, especially Hanoi, but she has struggled with Vietnamese reopening policies. With Vietnam still not having unclear policy and inconsistent regulation, I plan to reschedule my trip and will wait for a few months when there are already clear, consistent, and foreigner-friendly regulations at the expectation. Raptor said he really doesn't want to take her family to any alternative country as he wishes to show his grandparents why he considers Vietnam his ideal holiday destination. I hope tomorrow, March 15th, we will hear definitive rules and regulation rule regarding entry Vietnam, he said. Palacios said she hoped that Vietnam would have foreign-friendly regulation when it comes to its tourism reopening policy. Vietnam should look at the neighboring country on tourism policy that can implement. Asian countries have been dealing with the same struggle or issue that have with COVID-19 but still were able to open to foreign tourists. From March 15, Vietnam is to set least most travel restrictions for foreigner tourists would be allowed to visit the country without booking tour packages. Vietnam has received over 10,000 foreign arrivals in November last year as country partially reopened international tourism under a vaccine passport program. However, not many foreigners are comfortable with the requirement that they must stay in a resort or hotel area during their time in Vietnam. This year, the country has set a target welcoming 5 to 6 million foreign tourists in 2019, the year before, on the onset of pandemic. It's welcomed a record 80 million foreign tourists, but the border closed. The number of foreign arrived last year launched by 96% again 2020. In its proposal for fully tourism reopening, the Ministry of Culture, Sport and Tourism had rejected a health minister proposal to increase isolation time and COVID-19 tests for foreign tourists entering Vietnam. In a proposal submitted to Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính for approval, the Tourism Ministry suggested retaining the initial requirement that foreign tourists head immediately to their places of accommodation and move about freely 24 hours after entry if they test negative for virus. The Health Ministry's recommendation was that tourists self-isolate for 3 days and be tested 2 or 3 times during this period. It also suggested that unvaccinated children should be self-isolated for 7 days and tested each day. There have also been proposals to draft COVID test and vaccination requirement for foreign entrants. To date, the government has not made a final decision on the issue. Thanks for your listening.